What if I told you that most of your thoughts are not even yours? That there is an invisible prison controlling your desires, your fears, your addictions, and you call this freedom. Baruch Spinoza discovered this more than 300 years ago, and when he wrote these ideas, he was expelled from his own religious community, called a heretic, persecuted, silenced. But today, scientists, philosophers, and even Albert Einstein admitted maybe Spinoza was seeing something humanity still cannot face, because according to him, the human mind is born confused, trapped in illusions, living only through effects, without ever understanding causes. And maybe you are living exactly like this right now. Today, you will understand part 2 of Spinoza's ethics in a way nobody has ever explained to you before. And be careful, because after this video, you may never look at your own mind the same way again. In 1656, a young Jewish philosopher received the harshest punishment possible, excommunication. His name? Baruch Spinoza. His crime was not murder, it was not theft, it was thinking. Spinoza began asking dangerous questions, questions that dismantled the entire religious and moral structure of his time. And the most explosive one was this: what if God is not a person? For Spinoza, God was not an old man watching the universe from above. God was the universe itself, nature, the laws of reality, existence itself. A vision so radical that centuries later, Albert Einstein would say, "I believe in Spinoza's God." But the real shock of part 2 of ethics is not about God. It is about you. Because here, Spinoza does something terrifying. He dismantles the idea of the human mind and shows that perhaps we are far less conscious than we imagine. You open your phone, you see a headline, you become angry, you see a photo, you feel envy, you hear an opinion, you feel hatred. Now think, did you choose to feel those things? Or did you simply react? Spinoza believed that most people live exactly like this, as bodies constantly being affected. And here comes one of the most important ideas of modern philosophy. Mind and body are not separate. There is no pilot soul controlling a machine made of flesh. For Spinoza, mind and body are the same thing seen from 2 different perspectives. The body happens, and the mind thinks that happening. Your body encounters the world, and your mind produces ideas about those encounters. But there is a massive problem. The mind is born small, confused, limited. It does not understand the causes of things. It only feels the impacts. And this is exactly where illusion is born. Spinoza calls this first stage of the mind imagination. But wait, he is not talking about creativity. He is talking about fragmented knowledge, superficial, confused. Imagination is when you know only the effects, never the causes. For example, the sun appears to move around the earth. Smoking appears pleasurable. A repeated lie appears true. A crowd appears correct. All of these are immediate effects acting upon your body, and the mind, without understanding the causes, creates limited interpretations. Spinoza writes, "Falsity consists in the privation of knowledge." In other words, error is not exactly a lie. It is an incomplete truth. A mind trapped only in imagination lives like this, reacting, judging, simplifying, without understanding how things are truly produced. And here Spinoza destroys something that still dominates the world today: abstract concepts. Good, evil, successful, failure, perfect, normal. For Spinoza, many of these ideas are merely shortcuts created by imagination. The mind sees thousands of different things, becomes overwhelmed, and creates a general label: dog. Human, beautiful, ugly. But the problem begins when we confuse those labels with reality itself, because imagination creates averages. It simplifies the world. And this is how prejudice emerges. Dogmas, fanaticism, manipulable masses. And that is exactly why so many people prefer slogans instead of thought. But then a question emerges. If imagination is limited, how do we escape it? And this is where freedom begins to be born. Spinoza calls this reason, the second kind of knowledge. Here the mind stops observing only effects and begins understanding causes. It stops asking, what does this appear to be? And starts asking, how was this produced? And Spinoza uses a brilliant example, the circle. Most people define a circle like this: a figure whose points are equidistant from the center. But that merely describes properties. It does not explain the cause. So Spinoza proposes another definition: a line segment rotating around one of its extremities. Do you see the difference? Now we are not merely describing the circle. We understand how it comes into existence. That is rational thought. Understanding relations, understanding production, understanding necessity. And here lies one of the most important sentences in all of Spinoza's philosophy. Freedom is not doing what you want. Freedom is understanding why you want it. According to Spinoza, human beings believe themselves free only because they know their desires, while ignoring the causes of those desires. This is brutal. You think you chose, but who constructed your desire? Advertising, trauma, algorithms, childhood, fear, loneliness? Spinoza anticipated centuries of psychology, centuries of neuroscience, centuries of digital manipulation. Because a mind dominated by external causes is not free. It merely reacts. And this is precisely why philosophers like Friedrich Nietzsche became fascinated by Spinoza. Nietzsche perceived something terrifying. Traditional morality might simply be a machine of guilt, while Spinoza proposed something entirely different: not judging, not humiliating, not condemning, but understanding. Understanding effects, understanding causes, understanding the power of life itself. Centuries later, Gilles Deleuze would call Spinoza the Prince of Philosophers. Because the Ethics was not a moralistic book, it was a manual for liberating the mind. Spinoza's philosophy does not seek to destroy imagination. It seeks to refine it, transform it, expand it. Because everything begins with effects. Your body encounters the world. Your mind records it. Your memory organizes it. And then, your reason can understand. True freedom emerges when the mind begins perceiving the invisible relations that structure reality, when it leaves effects behind and enters causes, when it stops living merely by reaction, and finally begins to understand. That is why Spinoza writes, "He who governs his effects through the love of freedom will strive to know virtues and their causes." That changes everything. Because freedom is not the absence of determination. It is consciousness of determination. And perhaps that is the hardest thing a human being can ever do. So here is the final question. If your thoughts were shaped by affects, memories, fears, traumas, algorithms, religion, politics, family, who are you before all of that? Spinoza believed that true freedom begins when we stop living as effects and begin understanding causes. And that terrifies many people, because a conscious mind can no longer be manipulated in the same way. In the next episode, we will enter part 3 of the Ethics, the place where he reveals that human beings are not ruled by reason, but by affects, love, hatred, jealousy, hope, fear, invisible forces shaping every relationship, every obsession, every heartbreak, every war inside the human soul. And perhaps the most terrifying idea of all, that you may have never truly loved anyone, only desired what your emotions commanded you to desire. If you want to continue this journey, already waiting for you in the comments. Because after it, you will never look at your emotions the same way again. And remember, the most dangerous prisons are the ones we mistake for freedom. If this video expanded your perception even for a moment, leave a like, not for the algorithm, but because every interaction helps these ideas reach other minds still trapped inside inherited illusions. Subscribe to the channel if you want to continue exploring Spinoza's ethics, dark philosophy, metaphysics, existential thought, and the invisible structures shaping human reality. And write in the comments, do I control my emotions, or do my emotions control me? Because the answer to that question may transform your entire existence. Thank you, dear thinkers. See you in the next episode.